JV Ejercito, aminadong pamumulitika lang ang likod ng masalimuot na pang-iipit kay VP Sara. 3 taong pag-upo ni PBBM sa kapangyarihan na sayang lang dahil inuna ang pagpapatumbas sa mga Duterte. Pero bago ang lahat, kung hindi pa kayo nakapag-subscribe sa channel na ito, please do subscribe para mas maging updated pa kayo sa mga susunod kong mga videos. Tila hindi napigilan na Senator JV Ejercito na ikanta ang malaking paglagapak ng gobyerno sa bansa dahil sa walang tigil na paninira at pagpapabagsak sa mga Duterte. Aminado rin siyang ang impeachment laban kay VP Sara ay dala ng mga may maduduming plano sa mga Duterte na pag-aakalang kaya nilang pabagsakin ang mga ito. Narito ang pahayag ni Senator JV Ejercito.
Ito na yung kalahati ng kanyang term na may push the soonest.
Well, mo, I have to be honest. No? Ako, I would want the president to succeed. No? Kahit na sino presidente, sinusuportahan ko. In the same manner, nung kay President Duterte, I was always been supportive, especially yung, in fairness, yung isa sa mga advocacy ko, infra development. No? Maraming nasimula nung build. No, North-South Commuter Line, Metro Manila Subway System, supposedly Mindanao Railway, airport modernization, maraming nasimula noon, and I supported him. When President Bongbong Marcos came along, of course, sabi ko, his success will be our success. Sabi nga, nung nagkaroon ng improvement, no? Yung build, naging build better. Uy, lalo ako na-excite. Sabi ko, talaga magtutuloy-tuloy na, madadagdagan pa. But unfortunately, I would say na itong what happened in the past 3 years, yung political bickerings became very early. Sana po 2027 na, 1 year before the elections. Pero ito kauupo lang. Parang 1 year and a half, 2 years, nag-away-away na. Diba? Nagsimula na sa People's Initiative. May impeachment na. Duterte Marcos nag-split na yung unit team. Buti lang hindi ako kasama doon pero nag-split na. So we lost a lot of momentum. Sayang, no? And ang worry ko again, I may sound like a broken record but our ASEAN neighbors seem to be all doing the right things, no? Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, lahat po sila parang tuloy-tuloy ang pag-usbong. Now, I'm worried because Vietnam has really overtaken us. Kung titignan mo yung foreign investments ng Vietnam, doble na sa atin. Lahat po sila nag-invest in infrastructure in the 90s. Vietnam, heavily now. And one of those things that the foreign investments are considering is infra and energy. So, kung ako po ang tatanungin nyo, sana ang gusto ko marinig sa sona ng Pangulo, I hope that he concentrates again on infra development kasi itong kailangan natin gawin. That's what the other countries did 30 years ago. And ngayon tayo naghahabol, may away pa, may gulo pa ngayon, political bickering. Siyempre, we have to, kahit papano nakaka-apekto. Sana itong last 3 years, concentrate on that, concentrate on energy development, agri, healthcare. Siyempre, para sa mga kababayan natin, yung universal healthcare, kailangan maramdaman na ng tao, yan paglalaban natin, ay yung participation. So kahit pa paano yung services mag-improve for the people, na maramdaman po yan. Siguro, in the long run, maraming bumati ko sa akin, sinabi ko raw kasi, yung impeachment would cause economic disruption. Totoo naman po, it's a politically charged activity. Kung sakasakali man, it's a process. Sang-ayon ka man o hindi, we have to go to the process. That's our constitutional duty. That's one thing for sure, no? Pero sana maging madali so that we can go back to our challenges and things that we have to really give attention to. Kasi iwan na tayo eh. Nasayang yung 3 years, I would say. Kasi ang aga nung away, sana nga kung 2027 doon na lang nag-away, at least meron tayong 5 productive years. Ngayon parang ang laki ng habulin talaga natin. So I'm hoping that renewed focus on infra renewed focus on energy, and for public services, yung healthcare, para maramdaman ng ating mga kababayan ngayon. So, yun yung tatlong sana marinig ko sa SONA.
Okay, so before we end, habol ko lang ito. The DFA has summoned Chinese Ambassador Wang Xilian over China's imposition of ban against former Senator Tolentino dahil sa kanyang pagiging vocal sa pag-assert ng ating sovereign rights sa West Philippine Sea. So, tama lang po na pagpaliwanagin.
We have to need answers also from the Chinese ambassador. I cannot comment much on that kasi isa rin ako sa mga vocal critic ng China because of what they are doing in the West Philippine Sea. Wala pa ngayon, pero pag nagkikita kami, isnabero yung ambassador na yun eh. Manggalit sa akin eh. Pero okay lang. Galit din naman ako sa kanila sa ginagawa nila sa ating mga mangingisda at mga Navy. So, feeling is mutual. No? So, they just have to explain bakit ganun yung consequences. No? I think they have to respect our officials, our legislators especially, when we voice our position. We are not against the Chinese people. Ako po, I grew up with Chinese people. I went to a Chinese school. I am against what their government is doing, especially in with regards to disrespecting our territorial rights and our sovereignty.
Okay, on that note, thank you so much.
Thank
Senator
you.
GB, diretso doon sa filing ng kanyang mga bills. Ay, hindi natin na
Appropriations for 2025 for PhilHealth. Ito po yung nawalang 70 billion. Yung nawala nung NEP, no, to the sa budget, no, 74.4 billion in support of the Universal Healthcare Program kasi it will greatly help the implementation, no. So, pay for PhilHealth premiums, ito po yung nawala, improve PhilHealth benefit packages. So, yung pong nawala nung naging controversial, so hopefully maibalik natin through supplemental budget, which will be released by the DBM, Direct PhilHealth, and must be used by December 31 of 2025. Okay, tapos meron ako master plan for infrastructure development. Of course, that's my advocacy. Again, I refile yung Magna Carta for barangay health workers. Napasado na po sa Senado, pasado na rin po sa House, pasado na rin po sa BICAM, bigla silang nag-withdraw. Withdraw ng House yung kanila, sayang. This would have helped a lot of our barangay health workers all over the country. So, pinasa po natin. Also, yung Daily Minimum Wage Increase Act, the Senate filed for 100 pesos 2024, yung House last minute ng 2025, 200 pesos. Nilagay ko at 250 kasi sigurado naman tatawad yan. But any increase, whether it's 150, 200, would mean a lot to our daily wage earners. Kasi po, because of the inflation right now, yung pong 100 pesos nga, ilan na lang mararating doon. Pero but still, kung daily madadagdag natin, malaking tulong pa rin yun. Kung 150, 200, then I would support. So, yan po. Tapos, legalizing motorcycle taxi act kasi 2016, mag-10 years na, pa rin tayo, no? Pilot project pa rin. I guess it's about time that the motorcycle taxis and the couriers will be given a legal basis already. Ano pa ba? Yun lang, Defensive Driving Act. Binasa ko na rin niya po yan. And others. And last but not the least, resolution on the proliferation of online casino. So basically, it's more of on my, pinasa ko more on my advocacies. UHC amendment also is there. Lowering of PhilHealth premium contribution or UHC Act. So it's more of sa infra and healthcare, tsaka pong nasama lang po yung online gaming because it's really disturbing.
Okay. On that note, thank you so much, Senator J.V. Ejercito.